We are here back in the Fantasy Bar, 6 plays for you for Friday night in the NBA, and we're rolling out a happy hour, the only bar in town doing happy hour on Friday night. What does that mean? 6 plays for you under 8,500 on both FanDuel and DraftKings, some of my favorite value plays, some leverage plays, what games I'm targeting, and of course, my favorite play in the slate. Who we talking about? Belly up to the Fantasy Bar and find out. Welcome in, guys. Friday edition Beers Daily Fantasy Six Pack. Good to be back here once again, talking some NBA hoops. Welcome in. Thank you, as always, for hanging out here in the Fantasy Bar. Now, before we get into plays for Friday night, a couple things. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Get notified when these videos are coming out, doing NBA, NFL. So get those notifications. Also, if you are a sports bettor, even if you're not, you're going to want to check out the special offer at scoresandodds.com/beer. Tons of sports betting information, analytics, trends, history, the ability to compare lines across all the different sports books and all the major sports covered, giving you premium picks as well. I'm giving you some of my favorite NFL picks each and every week. Go and check it out today. Scoresandodds.com/beer. All right, let's get into the NBA for tonight. Nice slate of games here. Let's start in the mid-range with point guard Reggie Jackson of the Clippers. So we got the showdown in LA tonight. Looks like LeBron James may be back. And this is a big game for the Clippers. Always kind of the bridesmaid there with the Lakers in town. So a huge game here. But I always want Reggie Jackson a part of my player pool. Why? The upside is always through the roof with this guy. And I know there's ups and downs. If you're playing cash games, he can certainly be frustrating. But tournaments, he gives you that upside because he takes so many shots. I mean, we're talking about 14 or more shots now in 8 of the last 10 games. We know Paul George is going to be the focus here for this Lakers defense. That's going to leave Reggie Jackson in a solid matchup here with the Lakers. Bottom 5 in fantasy points allowed so far this season to the point guard positions. Reggie Jackson, nice mid-range price here. Always gives you big-time upside, and a guy I'm going to be counting on here tonight against the Lakers. All right, let's get you some value at small forward, power forward with Otto Porter Jr. of the Warriors. So opportunity here for Otto Porter Jr. Last couple games, the minutes have gone up, and look at that. The production goes up with it. The old saying, minutes are money, certainly applying here for Otto Porter Jr. We get a rematch of this dream match here with Golden State and Phoenix, both teams playing at such an incredible level. But what you saw out of Phoenix the other night, really going out of their way to take Steph Curry out of the game. Mikal Bridges basically shadowing him everywhere. That's going to leave a lot of opportunities, and we saw guys like Jordan Poole take advantage of it. Also, Otto Porter Jr. can give them that offense that they need without Klay Thompson in that lineup. You got to have some other guys outside of Steph Curry and Jordan Poole providing offense. And Porter certainly can do that, along with hit some of the other categories as well. It's a guy that can hit the boards, get you a few ancillary stats. We also have a situation here. Phoenix, 3rd game in 4 nights here, so we could see some fatigue here. That could benefit Golden State in this matchup. But Otto Porter, a great value, under 5K on both sides. All right, let's go even cheaper here. We're talking happy hour. We are slashing prices at the guard position with Armani Brooks of the Rockets. Now, I already know Jalen Green out here tonight, and Kevin Porter Jr. highly questionable here as well. Really going to leave Houston thin at the guard position. Even if Porter Jr. plays, I still think there's a spot here for Brooks. Obviously, a higher floor, higher ceiling if KPJ is out. But even if he's in there, I like the price here on Brooks. I like the opportunity here, and he's shown us he has some upside. Couple 30-point DraftKings games already in the books, so we're talking a 10x return on that number if he comes anywhere close to that. Tough to find that these days, even in the cheap seats here on DraftKings. And I love this game as far as pace goes. We know Houston loves to get up and down the floor. Orlando also in the top half of the league in pace here. So Brooks, especially if Porter Jr. is out, lock and load. Even if he's in there, I think he becomes a sneaky play and a tremendous value play tonight against the Orlando Magic. All right, we like that game. Let's go to the other side. We're going to spend some money near our cap here with point guard, shooting guard Cole Anthony. So we saw Anthony miss a couple weeks dealing with an ankle injury, but that did not slow him down in his return right back to his productive ways. In fact, we're talking 40 or more DraftKings points now in 7 of the last 10 games, pre and post injury here for Cole Anthony. This matchup we mentioned, the pace, we know Houston loves to get up and down the floor. Orlando will be happy to oblige, and this fits very well with Cole Anthony's game. And the Rockets, as you'd expect, really struggle against these positions. If he's playing the 2, 7th most fantasy points allowed to that position. And when he's running the point, guess what? Nobody worse than the Houston Rockets at defending that position. Cole Anthony in a great spot here tonight against the Houston Rockets. All right, let's go down low and get you a value center. A little pivot here off a popular play. We're going with Daniel Gafford of Washington. Now, we saw Dwayne Dedmon really light it up the other night, put a solid number on the board. He still remains pretty cheap out there, so he is certainly an option. But Gafford, a nice pivot for you in GPPs. And this guy's playing well, even in some limited minutes, kind of splitting some duties there with Montrezl Harrell. We're talking 3 straight double-doubles here for Daniel Gafford. This $5,000 DraftKings salary, when you look at all the numbers, he's averaging 36 DraftKings points a game over the last 4. So we're talking an easy 7x here on DraftKings for Daniel Gafford each and every night. And not only that, but the matchup here, pretty solid. Cleveland, as far as fantasy points go, middle of the pack against centers, but have really struggled with rebounding. Kind of surprising with Jared Allen, Evan Mobley there, but bottom 10 in rebounds allowed. We mentioned those double-doubles. That is a big part of Gafford's game, along with the block shots. I think he continues his role here. Nice pivot off Dwayne Dedmon, and just too cheap over on DraftKings at just $5,000. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite play for Friday night in the NBA. But before we do that, we want to continue our Beast in the Night contest. Free to play. This is a thank you to you guys for hanging out, checking out the video here in the Fantasy Bar. All you got to do is get in the comment section right below the video and guess fantasy points. We'll go with FanDuel tonight for my favorite play of the night. The closest guess is going to win themselves a free week of RotoGrinders Premium, a chance to check everything out behind the scenes, absolutely free. So let's get to it. Let's wrap this baby up. My favorite play for Friday night in the NBA, you know him as the Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. We're going to stay under that cap, keep this happy hour rolling. We are going with Tyler HERRO of the Miami Heat, tonight's Beast of the Night. Now, we talked about Dwayne Dedmon. Tyler HERRO will certainly have some ownership here as well, but we got different on Dedmon. HERRO, a guy I don't necessarily want to do that with. I want him in my lineups. No Jimmy Butler once again tonight. We know Bam Adebayo going to miss some time here as well. So offensively, the load is going to fall on guys like Tyler HERRO, Duncan Robinson, and Kyle Lowry. But HERRO, the guy I want. The usage really jumps up when you run these numbers in our Court IQ tool here on RotoGrinders, which you can get a free preview of if you win that week of RotoGrinders Premium. You're going to see a 32.3% usage rate without those 2 on the floor. That is an absolutely elite number. And you look back to the last time these 2 teams played, 30 points, 10 rebounds for Tyler HERRO. I think we get another similar performance once again here tonight. Prices are certainly fair at $7,500 and $7K. Tyler HERRO, easily my favorite play on the board in tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll wrap us up for Friday night here in the Fantasy Bar, talking some NBA with our happy hour segment. Again, your local bar isn't offering you happy hour on Friday. Appreciate you guys tuning in and checking out the video. If you have any comments, questions, feedback, hit me up in that comment section right below the video. Don't forget, fantasy points for Tyler HERRO on FanDuel for your shot at some free RotoGrinders Premium. And guys, go head over to scoresandodds.com/beer. That link in the description of the video. I promise you, you're going to find something there you like. Tons of information. Take advantage while you can. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Best of luck here tonight in the NBA, this weekend in the NFL. Make sure you're checking out my NFL videos as well. FanDuel and DraftKings, along with a Yahoo video, 12 plays in the NBA, in the NFL, I should say, that I'm liking, along with my Pints and Picks video with 2 sports bets I am eyeing up this weekend. Guys, best of luck. Thanks again, and we'll see you next week.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist